You're watching Chicago Bulls Report here on NBA Now by Chat Sports. I am Harrison Graham, filling in for Patrick Seatman. Report out there around Nikola Vucevic from Shams Charania that the Bulls could be working on a contract extension. I know the fan base is going to be split on this one. Let's discuss the news, and then we'll react to it here. Here's Shams on Vooch. He says, sources tell me that the Bulls and Vooch have opened up extension conversations. There's mutual interest in getting a deal done. He can sign an extension up until June 30th. If there's no agreement by that point, Vooch will be entering free agency and be one of the top centers on the marketplace, because Nikola Vucevic set to be a free agent, but teams are able to extend their own guys before they hit free agency if terms can be agreed to. My initial reaction is, but why? I like Nikola Vucevic, but I explained on our perfect offseason video with Patrick Seatman and just in other thoughts we've had in the office as well, Nikola Vucevic is not a guy I'd keep around. Not because he's not good, but I just don't think that's the direction the Bulls should go toward. I'll explain more in a little bit, but let you guys weigh in. Should the Bulls keep Nikola Vucevic? Type K for keep or D for don't. I pretty clearly would move on from Vooch as I don't think the experiment has worked all that well. Maybe you feel differently, K for keep or D for don't. Now, when you look at the raw stats and, offensive highlights, if you will, of Nikola Vucevic, you're like, yeah, this is a really good player. I mean, he's very skilled, good scorer offensively, 17.5 points per game last year, 11 rebounds, can dish it a little bit from the high post, very efficient, can stretch out to the three-point line as well. I mean, he's a top 5 offensive center in the NBA. Outside of Nikola Jokic, Joel Embiid, you could argue he's right there from a pure offensive standpoint. But the problem is he just doesn't get it done on the other end. I know his defensive shares was high this year, but that was a very skewed stat in his favor. I think he played a little better on that end this year, and he rebounds fairly well, which I think boosts that, but not a very good defender. Pros and cons to Nikola Vucevic. Reasons to keep him. Well, he's a double-double machine. He can score and he can rebound. I thought he played better this past season than he did the year before, so you've got that going for him as well. Floor spacer, he can score offensively. Reasons to let him walk. Well, he turns 33 in October. He's not getting younger. Not a defensive asset. And let's be honest, the big three between him, DeMar DeRozan, and Zach LaVine, it just has not meshed to the point that you need it to. And I'm going to discuss that a little bit further here, as well as the Bulls really got to make some decisions when it comes to this big three, and Nikola Vucevic is a big part of that, obviously. Subscribe to the Bulls Report here. Help us reach 2,000 subscribers. We're less than 400 away. Patrick Seatman's plugging out videos just about every single day. I'm popping on from time to time as well. So if you want more coverage from us here on our brand new Bulls channel, help us out. The more subs we get, more videos we are able to do, and with the offseason here, we want to continue to do that for you guys. Big three shortcomings when you look at this era. Overall record in this is the past 2 seasons, by the way, since all 3 have been here, 86 and 78. That's just not very good, and especially considering through about 50 games in the first year of these 3 together, this is the number 1 seed in the East. So since then, they're below 500. 1 playoff appearance and only 1 playoff win. 1 game win. Not a series win, 1 playoff game win. The play-in win this year does not count. That's a play-in game to get into the playoffs, and they lost the second play-in game anyway. The bottom line is, this is not what the Bulls signed up for. They did not sign up for mediocrity when they traded 3 first-round picks for Nikola Vucevic, signed DeMar DeRozan, and gave Zach LaVine a big extension to keep him around. That is not what this fan base signed up for. So when you think about all of it, I've made the point of I would let Nikola Vucevic walk. I would probably trade DeMar DeRozan, who's got 1 year left on his deal and is also 33 years old. I think you could fetch a decent penny for Debo. Keep Zach LaVine, see what happens with a younger nucleus, and maybe you trade him at the trade deadline as well and embrace a rebuild. You need to consider trading off some assets like DeRozan, Caruso, and maybe even LaVine. I don't think LaVine happens this offseason, but down the road, I wouldn't be opposed to that either. I just think look, you gave it a try and you respect that, right? As a fan, you respect when your ownership tries to go all in. Bulls did that, just doesn't always work. This big three doesn't mesh because none of them are good defensively. They can score a lot, but the roster construction just did not come together around these guys. And Lonzo getting hurt, that really set this group back. There's just simply no doubt about it. Should the Bulls embrace a rebuild? Type Y for yes, or you can type in for no. I think they should, even if it's not a full rebuild. I would tinker. I would let Vooch walk. I would trade DeMar DeRozan. I'd float Alex Caruso out there, and I would try to get young assets with draft picks and players. So I'm typing my wife for yes. Let me know what you guys think. Go follow my boy Patrick Seatman on Twitter. It's at Pat Seatman. He covers the Bulls for us here and does a bunch of other stuff behind the scenes. So go show him some love. He's taking a few days off with vacation, so I'm filling in today. Go follow my brother Patrick Seatman at Pat Seatman on Twitter.